angels church, then we will describe them in full. Now, the first angel's message, we know it was preached by William Miller. Read for me Revelation 14. Ngirosi 5. Ngirosi 5. Yeah. Saka ukampera pa 3, wapedza uchikoro usati wanyatsopedza. Doma uinde mberi. Kwa izvi achisiri chisavata. Aiwaka chibhaibhiri achisi chisavata. Chibhaibhiri. Istina doma chibhaibhiri kwete chisavata. Chibhaibhiri. Chibhaibhiri chine ngirosi ngani 5. In the Bible we find 5 angels. Why do you stop with the 3 angels message? We have 5. Do you understand? We have 5. Till they went to the Papa Mwafana Batara went to the little page 11. But Shimbori Papa Revelation 14, verse 6. The first angel's message.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth.
Yeah.
And to every nation and kindred and tongue and people.
What was she saying?
With a loud voice.
Yeah.
Fear God.
Fear God.
Give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come.
Yeah.
And worship him that he made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters.
Do you see this one was William Miller? That's what you know on William Miller preached the first angel's message to those 4 churches and Lutheran, Presbyterian, Methodist, Baptist. Those are reformer group. In my reformers are. Now William Miller was raised in 1831. Preached the message 1833. Fear God and give glory to for the hour of his judgment is what? Because he read from Daniel chapter 8, verse 13 to 14 unto 2,300 days shall the sanctuary be what? Be cleansed. And he thought it was the coming of Christ in 1844. 2,300 days, and 1844, William Miller thought Christ was coming on earth. The event was wrong, but the timing was correct. Because Sister White now corrected that event and said, no, it was actually not the coming of Christ on earth, but the entering of Christ in the Holy of Holies. Yeah? And thereby she now became the preacher of the 3rd angel's message. Because William Miller preached 2 messages. The first angel's message, and to those churches, did they agree?
No.
That the coming of Christ was soon. Did they agree?
No.
Now he was also commissioned to preach the 2nd angel's message. What did he say?
Verse 8.
Verse 8.
And there followed another angel, saying,
Eh.
Babylon is fallen,
Right?
is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right? So you see, William Miller now preached the fall of those churches which rejected his message. What was it? These churches were correct by bringing messages, Luther, to the church which was changing times and laws. Yeah? Lutheran, which was righteousness by faith, and John Knox, which was what? The Holy Spirit, and those are my Presbyterian churches, and then John and Charles Wesley, the what? The righteous, we are saved by grace, which was predisposing to the church Methodist. Yeah? Wesley brothers. And then Charles Campbell preached baptism by immersion. And so these ones also, Charles Campbell was also forming the Baptist church. He did not form it, but they were chased. The church normally doesn't want a reformer. Once you reform it, they chase you. Yeah? They started chasing from there. This way. When you start with a message of God, they chase you. They do not accept you in their church. What did they do? Second angels, what did they do? Revelation 14, verse 8. What did they do? Yeah?
Verse 8. Verse 8. And then followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of their fornication. What
William Miller was saying to these 4 churches was, you were upright, but now you have fallen. What falls? A church which is upright. Do you understand? What made that them fall? They rejected a God-sent message. If a church rejects a God-sent message, what happens to the church? It falls. What happens? It becomes Babylon. Because who was Babylon? The very church they were reforming against was called Babylon. Yeah? What was Babylon? Dark Ages was in Babylon, isn't it? Dark Ages was in Babylon. So when God said to them, they now have fallen, it means they now have joined the Babylonians. She was shown the end of that church. 144,000, hadn't she?
Early writings, page 15.
Page 15, yes.
The 144,000 were all sealed.
Do you see what she's shown first? She's shown the 144,000 all perfectly sealed. What was there?
And united.
Yeah?
On their foreheads was written, God, New Jerusalem, and a glorious star containing Jesus' new name.
Do you see the seal of God? Why God? Because all the Sabbaths, they make us receive the name God. The Sabbaths, including the Sabbaths in a feast, they produce the name God. And why Jerusalem? Those who are being labeled Jerusalem, where is the seal of Jerusalem? They are seen going 3 times a year. Where? Jerusalem. Where is the office of registry? Where is the registry? If people were told plainly like I'm saying that the registration is there, the planes will be very full. Oh, read if you want to see his registry. And up in Zechariah chapter 14. That's the registration point. Until Christ comes, you did not register your name. 14 verse 16. What is it?
Verse 16.
Verse 16.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of the name of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King.
Do you see?
The Lord of hosts.
Why year to year? Listen, and
to worship the King.
Where?
The Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Do you see the feast are being kept?
Yes.
For year to year. Keep the feast. And listen.
And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth
to register.
To Jerusalem.
To register.
To worship the King.
To register.
The Lord of hosts.
Right?
Even from to them shall be no rain.
Where was the latter rain? Where was the latter rain? Jerusalem. Did you see first former rain? Yes. Where was the registration point? What is the problem? The seal, Jerusalem, is there. Yes. And the registration point is there. What do? Go from year to year to register. They will go from year to register. So Sister White was shown how the seal of Jerusalem will be obtained. She mentioned it in an early writing. No. Sabbath is not a seal. The Sabbath is a qualification to get the seal. The seals are 3. So now it's time too late. It's a delayed match. Because it's a time you should be fortifying yourself in the seal yamar. So that you get the 3 seals, like an antitype of these seals which were in Egypt. You understand? When they walked out of Egypt, they were told they slaughter a lamb, isn't? And then take what? The blood. How do they strike? In Exodus 12, they strike how many times on the door? 3 times. Yeah? It was a type of this seal which comes in how many times? It's 3 times in the forehead. What do we have? The name of God, the name of New Jerusalem, and the new name of God.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark on his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right.
And he shall be.
What is this warning? As the one of that Sister White akambochengeta feast. Sister White kept to this feast. But who is proclaiming the warning about people not to worship the beast? Who is it? Is it not Sister White? And what is to worship the beast? To keep the times that were changed by the beast, and it. Ko akachinja Pasika ndiani? Ko akachinja Sabata kuita pastor ndiani? Kuakachinja Pentecost. Kuakachinja ngikiri daily ndiani. Because if people are not changing this back to their origin and starting to practice them, are they acknowledging the warning that Sister White was preaching? Sister White she's the one who was sent with the warning not to worship the beast, and you are telling me she didn't. She was advocating people not to keep Tapaniku ne. Huh? The Tapaniku is kept on its date. When is it? On the 15th day of the 7th month. You have to be acquainted which was the biblical 7th month. As August ba. As August ondongo August holiday yevana chikoro man. Iri pa 7th month na October. You have to know the first month for you to know the 7th. And you have to know the new moon for you to know 15th day. Because people have shunned the ceremonial law and counting yamwari in Bible. Wangoti wekwa gutu. We meet at the Tapaniku msangalo matumba uriko kwenyu kwa msila howe. Viki no uya. Weku loa gweru. Tosangana viki no tevera yacho. Mana zurikuita vanhu vama hierarchy andataura iyaya. You understand the hierarchy kuti iri very important kuna Mwari. When the Bible has got dates and time, and the spirit of prophecy has got time and date, and you tell me that all that curriculum is ignored. Namatanyela. Huh? Sister White has actually told people to come for the feast. Come for the feast, 2T 575. 2T 575. Volume for the church. Volume 5. Testimonies. Volume 2, sorry. 575. Sister White akambochengeta ere mafeast. Yes, Sister White kept the feast. Listen to what she says. What does she say?
Let all who possibly can attend this yearly gathering.
Right?
All should feel that God requires this of them.
This is a requirement. You have to attend these yearly gatherings.
If they do not avail themselves of the privileges which is provided, that they may become strong in Him.
Do you see what makes us strong? Yes?
They will grow weaker and weaker.
That's why people are growing weaker and weaker.
Less and less desire to consecrate all to
and the consecration is less and less.
Come, brethren
and sisters.
Sacred convocation.
You hear that?
To find Jesus.
That's where you find Jesus.
You will come up to the feast.
You will come to the feast.
You will be present.
You see,
and you will
Sister White is actually saying Christ will come to the feast. So I want to put Sister White feast. She's actually saying, come. And you will find Jesus in the feast. And what?
He will come up to the feast.
He also comes.
He will be present.
He will be present.
And He will do for you that which you need most to have done.
Right?
Your farms should not be considered of greater value.
Should be the greatest interest at that time. See, I mean the feast.
All the treasures which you possess, be they ever so valuable, would not be rich enough to buy you peace and hope, which will be of infinite gain.
Right.
If it cost you all to have, and toils and suffering of a lifetime.
So He will come to the feast. He will inquire, what do you need me to do? And He will do it. Do you understand? Don't ask me, Sister White, did she keep the feast when He said, come, brethren, to this yearly feast? Christ will also come. And He will give you everything. And so, what we preach is not a hearsay. It is in black and white. Do you understand? It's in black and white. It's in black and white. It's a written thing. 475 here and TM 475. Really? Are we expecting somebody, a prophet, to come and translate and prepare people for translation? Are we? Right? 475.3.
Let heaven die.
Right?
Prophecy must be fulfilled.
Yeah.
The Lord says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet.
Yeah.
Before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Somebody.
Listen to Sister White. Somebody.
Is to come.
Kwanza mabuku. Anzi makwaro. Is it books?
No.
Somebody
is to come.
Yeah?
in the spirit and power of Elijah.
Are we living in the times when Christ is about to come?
Yes.
Did that somebody come? If the statutes, because the message was the statutes and judgments. If we are hearing something to do with the statutes, something to do with the judgments, the statutes or the feasts, do we have a gospel like that in the last days? Yes. Or the gospel of the kingdom? That's the statutes, isn't it? The gospel of the kingdom are the statutes that are to be kept in the kingdom. And do we have that statute? That gospel of the kingdom? It shall be preached for a witness, and the end shall come. Do we have that? This is the gospel of Elijah. Somebody is to come in the spirit and power of Elijah. Listen to that.
And when he appears, men may say, you are too earnest. You do not interpret the scriptures in the proper way.
Do you see?
Let me tell you how to teach you message.
Will people salute and say, yes, this is a message from heaven?
No.
People will contradict too bad. Too bad. You understand? Do you think they will say, oh, well done, well done? They will contradict too bad. Yeah? But those who fear God will know that this is a message from God. Now let's go to the word to the little frog. We have three now. We have three things here, isn't it? We have this roll of tissues. We have the Bible. We have this phone. These are three angels. But I'm saying they are not three. In Revelation 14, they are not three. They are five. So we need two more things. The bottle. Yeah? And one more thing, which is small. The marker. We have this marker. I have five things here. Now, really, these messages should be five. Huh? Because we saw an angel on Revelation 14, verse 9, isn't it? Go to Revelation 14, verse 15, the same chapter.
Verse 15.
Yeah?
And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud. Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap.
Right?
For the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Now, do you see there is an angel with a sickle? If you see a sickle, what is a sign? What is it a sign of? Harvest. Now, in the people that are getting ready for translation, there is an angel now with a message to give somebody a message of harvest. Huh?
Yes.
A message of sealing process. You also know that there is a sealing process, isn't it? So, what is that message? After people are sealed, what happens? A message of separating the wheat and the tares. Huh? It's a sickle. You understand? Is that the coming of Christ?
No.
This is a message which comes as a... That's why Sister White is saying the three angels' messages are messages of prayer. Huh?
Yes.
And then the two last messages are messages of harvest. Where do they come? Still to the church. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, I want to read from Word to the Little Flock, page 11, or 10 to 11, Papa.
10.5.
10.5, yeah?
All classes of Second Advent believers agree
Right?
that the angel brought to view in the 6th and 7th verses of this chapter represents the Advent message.
Wait. Are you Advent believers?
Yes.
You know that William Miller, first angel's message, who again preached the first angel, William Miller, the second angel, isn't it?
Yes.
Who preached the third angel message?
Sister White.
These are distinct messages coming to the church.
Yes.
When I say church, I mean a people. Ndoda vanhu. Huh? Andisitaura nemudhuri ndotaura navanhu. Anditika? Now, these are three messages which came to the church. If you are an Advent believer, right?
All classes
Right?
of Second Advent believers agree that the angel brought to veil in the 6th and 7th verses of this chapter represents the Advent message
Right?
to the church and the world. If this is true, then all five
All
of the
five
chapter
yeah,
represent 5 distinct messages prior to the advent, or we are left without a route to enter.
Amen. Same chapter, in the same chapter, we have 5 messages, and we believe the first 3 are messages to the church. What about these other 2 more? They are also messages to the church, or we are left without a rule of interpretation.
Amen.
So, did you hear me talking about someone who goes as far as grade 7?
Yes.
And he says, no, I'm finished. There are some 2 messages. They only have these 3. 1, 2, 3. Third angel. Finish. You try to bring these 2 to make them 5. They say, no, this is not in our curriculum. This is not in our curriculum. You understand? All we needed is God inspires prophets with 2 more.
Yes.
Huh? Yes. Even Sister White was the 3rd angel's message, isn't it? Before she died, she saw the next one coming.
Yes.
Sister White saw the next message because that same chapter, 3 angels are seen. So we see William Miller instead of the angel. What do we see? William Miller proclaiming the first angel, and William Miller proclaiming the 2nd angel, Sister White proclaiming the 3rd angel. What about these 2 other messages? It only shows we still have 2 more messengers to the church. For a message comes with a messenger.
Yes.
William